Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. This is Sunil. Welcome you all to this DevOps training. Hi, Taruni. Hi, Debapriya. How are you doing? Can you hear me? Please confirm. Hi, Alok. Thank you for joining. Okay. Dinesh, can you hear me? Krishna, can you hear me? Please acknowledge.
Yes, sir, I can hear.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Quick recap on the concepts what we have discussed, Krishna, in the last session. Okay. Can you tell me what do you mean by working directory? Can you tell me what do you mean by working directory?
The local repository where our files are stored, like where .git folder is there, where we initialize the Git.
Yes, working directory is nothing but a folder where the source code is saved. Is it? When a developer saves a particular source code in a specific folder, that is necessarily called as a working directory. And how can we convert a folder into a working directory? We can convert a folder into a working directory by writing a command called git init. Isn't it, Krishna? Git init. What are the observations you get when you perform git init?
Yes, sir.
Have you observed anything?
Very first that folder, one folder have that hidden folder
Gets created automatically.
.git.
Next, in a second observation, in the terminal, you'll find something called master. That's the second observation, isn't it?
Is master -ed.
Hello, Sai. Welcome to the session. Can you hear me, Sai? Please unmute. Please acknowledge. Alok, thank you.
Yes.
Alok, what is the terminal which is used to perform Git operations?
Git bash.
Perfect. How many types of files we have in Git?
3 types of files.
What are those?
Untracked.
Sorry, I forgot.
Forgot? Untracked
Untracked
files, staged files, and committed files. By default, every file is an untracked file, isn't it? By default, every file is a untracked file, and we know we have a command called git add file name, which helps you to move it into staging area. From the staging area, we have a git commit command, which helps you to move it into local repository. So all the files which are moved into local repository, they are called as committed files. All the files which are present in staging area are called as staged files. By default, every file is an untracked file. So we know git status command to see the status of the file, and we have learned the process of moving the files from the untracked section to staging area, from the staging area to local repository. That's what the developer performs. Every developer needs to perform, Dinesh. It's not our responsibility to go to every developer's laptop and move their source code to the local repository. Not at all. We provide instructions. These are the instructions. These are the instructions, okay, which we provide to the development team for the developers to follow this and move the files into the local repository. Okay, clear? Okay. So this is a plan for our today's session. I hope you can see my screen. So today's session we'll be understanding the concept of branching. We'll understand the concept of branching, and branching is very frequently jobs done by the developers. Okay. So what is branching? Why should we perform branching? What is the advantage the developers get when we perform with the concept of branching? All these concepts we are learning in our today's session. Clear about this? Any questions on the previous session? Okay, let's proceed.
Hello.
Yes, Dinesh.
Is there any chance Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Please proceed.
So is there any chance to roll back from this committed area to staging area, sir? Any file? Is there possibility?
Committed area to roll back to staging area? No. So if you want,
Is
what
there
you
any-
can do, you can make that convert. We have git init command. Right? Git init command, what it is doing, Dinesh, it is converting a normal folder into a working directory. Let's say by mistake you have done some mistake. So what you do, you remove the hidden file.git. It becomes a normal folder again. So you can start from scratch because every file is again considered as an untracked file. Got it? Dinesh, did you understand what I'm trying to say?
No, sir, not yet.
For example.
Can you repeat once again, sir?
Yeah. I'll do.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Getting some noise. Someone's mic is, I believe,
1 minute,
unmute.
please. Okay. Better, Alok, now? It's Dinesh. Once
Yes.
Dinesh is done, it will be much more clear. Okay? Fine. Dinesh, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. I am able to see.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm creating a new folder, Dinesh.
Yes.
I name it as project.
Okay.
In this particular project, I save my source code. Where I'm saving in my E drive. Project. Three files. Okay? Dinesh, what's the first thing I need to open the terminal?
Yes, sir.
What is the first thing we need to do? Tell me.
Git bash.
First step. What is the first
The first
command I
init, sir.
Git.
Get init.
Observation, a hidden folder gets created, and then in the terminal we get something called master.
Yes.
That's first approach. And git status. By default, all the three files are
3 files.
untracked files. Okay.
Yes,
So git add dot
Okay.
git commit hyphen like some commit. Okay. Now git status.
Yes.
There are no untracked files. There are no staged files. Everything is clear. So we get a message called working trees client. All the three files are committed. Dinesh, now your doubt is you don't want to have these three files in the committed section. Okay. So what
Yes,
you
sir.
can do,
Yes, sir.
very simple. Okay. Disconnect this terminal. Can you see .git? Delete this file.
Okay.
Delete this folder, hidden folder. This is again a normal directory again. This is not a working directory.
Okay.
Again, if you open git bash,
Okay.
these three files are not untracked files. Okay, you need to again start from the scratch. Okay, so if you do some mistake, just remove that .git folder. It becomes a normal folder. Again, you can start from the scratch. Did you understand, Dinesh, what I'm trying to say? Okay.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
one doubt I have.
Now, 1 minute. Is
Shall I
it
go?
clear? Dinesh, is your doubt clear?
Yes, sir.
Again, you need to start from the scratch. Git init, it becomes now a working directory. Now, if you see git status,
Okay.
everything is untracked section. Again, you need to start from the beginning. So if you want to start from the scratch, just remove the .git folder. Automatically, you can start from the scratch. Okay. Clear, Dinesh?
Okay. So one more dot, sir. Yesterday, one more dot, sir. Small dot. Yesterday, I practiced one thing, sir, regarding to this Git for Git something, but I did not able to find this .git folder, sir.
Okay. This is a hidden folder, right? If you want
Yes,
to see
sir.
the hidden folder, somewhere in the folder options, you see hidden items. You should able to display checkboxes. If let's say this is not selected, even I cannot see the hidden item.
Okay.
The folder options you should be
Yes,
whether
yes.
the hidden items will also be selected. Okay, that you will find it in the folder options.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So hidden files.
Thank you,
Select the checkbox, you will get the hidden files. Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes. Hello.
I request you to unmute mic when you are speaking. When you are not speaking, then please mute the mic, getting background noise.
Okay, done. Any questions?
Yes, sir. I have.
Krishna.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Suppose yeah, in this project folder we have did 3 commit. Okay.
No.
So
not
there
three
will be
commits.
3. Yeah. No, not now. In future, suppose I added file 4, file 5, and we did again 3 commits there, and we will generate a 3 commit ID there.
One
Okay.
commit, two
So
commit, three.
I want to remove the second commit, not the entire. If I remove .git folder, so all the 3 commit will be removed, right?
We'll see
I
in the
want.
coming classes. How can we roll back? How can
Okay.
you remove a particular commit? These are all called source code management. Okay, Krishna? All this will be coming in
Okay,
a
sir.
coming class. We'll be learning in a, okay. Any more questions? Okay, let's proceed. Proceed about today's concept. Today's concept is all about branching. Today's concept is all about branching. What do you mean by branching? What do you mean by branching? Try to understand. Developers need not work with one functionality. Sometimes they work with multiple functionalities. Developers may work with one functionality. Sometimes they work with multiple functionalities. What do you mean by multiple functionalities? I'll give you a simple example to understand the concept. For example, let's say it's a website development project. It's a website development project. So developer one is working on 2 functionalities. Let's say he's working on registration page. He's working on contact us page. Did you understand? Developer can work with one functionality can be as simple as page or it could be as complex as a particular task. Developer works on multiple functionalities. Yes, definitely developers works on multiple functionalities. And to easily understand the concept of branching, let's say assume a visual website designing project. A developer one is working on 2 functionalities. One is registration page, the other is contact us page. As part of registration page, to complete this task, he is creating some files. File 1, file 2, file 3. As part of contact us, to complete the contact us page, he is creating few more files. Let's say file 5, file 4, file 5, file 6. Obviously, to accomplish a particular page, he may create some files related to first functionality. He creates some files related to second functionality. So, as of yesterday, what we are doing in the working directory, we are creating all the files in working directory, no doubt. By default, whenever you create a file in a working directory, this is a folder where the source code is saved. What developer wants to perform some version controlling, so he opens the terminal. That's nothing but git bash. What is the first command he'll execute? He'll execute a first command called git init. When he executes the first command called git init, I told you that there are 2 observations. By default, a hidden folder gets created with the .git. Second observation, in the terminal, we get something called master. Observe here. Yes, this is this master is nothing but the name of the branch. So that means by default, Git consider all these files under one branch called as master branch. That means the default branch of Git is master. The default branch of Git is master. The default branch is called as master. This is called master branch. That means these files belongs to master branch. By default, all the files belongs to master branch. Now, assume these are the 3 files related to the first functionality, registration page. which files 1.java, 2.java, 3.java are the files will are belonging to registration. Okay, fine. Now he's creating few more files related to contact us functionality, a new functionality. So it's not good practice. Generally, what we'll do, it's not good practice to open the source code and write the source code related to certain functionality and save it as, what is the fourth file? I write it as 4.java. But this 4.java is not related to first functionality. This 1, 2, 3, these are the files which are related to first functionality, that is called as registration page. But the fourth file is not related to first functionality, it is related to second functionality. It is not, it's related to second functionality. So it's a good practice. It's a good practice to create a new branch. It's a good practice to create a new branch and place the files in the new branch because they are related to second functionality. Because it is related to the second functionality. So don't dump all the files. We request developers not to dump all the files of all the functionalities in one single location. Create branching. Create the concept of branching. Very simple to be much more simplified. Look at this. In my E drive, I'm creating folders, right? For AWS branch, I'm maintaining some folder. For DevOps branch, I'm maintaining. Each folder is having some files. I'm dumping all the files directly in my. I'm dumping all the files somewhere directly in my E drive or something like that. No, I'm creating a folder and placing the files because each folder is having some files related to specific concept, specific task. So, like how in our Windows machine we are creating folders and placing some files which are related to each other. We are placing in one folder. In the same way, source code also needs to be handled like that. When developer works on one functionality, don't dump all the files in one particular location. We request the development team to create branches. Branch 1 functionality 1, branch 2 source code related to second functionality branch, keep it in branch 2. Source code related to third functionality, keep it in branch 3. So we instruct the development team to use the concept of branching in it. That's the right way to handle the source code. That's the right way to handle the source code, which helps in building and releasing the artifact to the client. If you handle right from the beginning the source code, it will be very easy for us to build and release that particular. If the client wants to release one functionality, we can release the one functionality. If the client wants to release the complete project, we can release it. It will be very easy for us as a DevOps team. When developer works on multiple functionalities, try to understand the concept. When developer works on multiple functionalities, as a DevOps team, we instruct the developers to create branches for each functionality and place the files of that particular functionality to that particular branch. Okay, clear about this concept of branching. So how to create branch? 1 minute, let me come. How to create the branch? How to place the files related to functionality in one specific branch? Later, if you want, you can merge the branches. Okay, for a complete website, finally all the files should be merged with each other. So all the files should be consolidated. We can merge the branches. So all this, it will be much more clear when we start the practicals. It will be much more clear when we start the concept of practicals. Clear about the concept of branching.
Sir, I have doubt.
So branching helps in modularity, managing the source code. Functionality 1, 10 files. Functionality 2, 10 files. Functionality 3, 10 files. Total 3 functionalities, 30 files. Don't dump in one location. Create branches for each functionality and map the files to that specific branch. That's how the source code needs to be managed. Okay. Yes. Now your questions, please. Krishna.
Sir, sir. Suppose I am a developer and
Yes.
I work with 3 different clients, right?
Yes.
And the requirement of all the 3 clients are similar. So they want 3 websites but they want for different purposes.
Requirements
So,
may be similar, but the files will be different, isn't it?
yeah, exactly. I'm coming. Like I want contact us page for all the three. I want registration page for all the three. I want three login page. So shall I create three different branches as per their requirement?
When it is
I mean-
different, no, when it is different clients, you go for different working directories. You'll not create all the clients related files in one folder, right? Client one, you'll create one
Yes,
folder.
yes.
Client two, so everything is independent on the working directory. This is scenario where one specific client working with multiple functionalities, Krishna, not multiple clients. Okay.
So I mean, yeah. Then why do we need branching to create a? I mean, I'm not getting exactly what.
Yeah. Once we
what
start
it is for.
practicals, you'll understand. Okay. The advantage of branch. You'll understand.
Sir, I have doubt.
Yes.
Generally, if we do any project, then we create files.
We in the sense developers. You're talking about.
Yes, developers. I'm talking about developers only.
Okay.
Developers create their required files and they place into one particular folder only.
Yes.
Again, they don't create subfolders.
No.
I believe.
Yes. You're right.
So, what is the purpose of creating different folders for different functionality? Because all files will work together to create one project
Yes.
or one software.
Yes.
So, what is the purpose to create folder
We
for
are not creating
different
folder.
functionality?
We are not creating folders.
Sir, just now you told, as per my understanding, for different functionality, we have different branch.
Yes. Branches we create, not folders. Branch is
Okay.
different, folder is different. We will not create folders. We'll create branches.
Branches. That is conceptual part.
Conceptual part here. Okay. So all this
That I need to understand.
all this you are visualizing now. When you see practicals, you will have more clarity how exactly it happens.
Okay.
Because it's all theoretical explanation. So you're getting some concepts, but once we start practically, this will be much more clear.
Okay.
Okay, let's start. Okay, give me a minute. Done. Let's proceed. I'm creating a new folder called bank again. Opening the terminal. Okay, what is the first thing developer needs to do? He needs to convert the folder into a working directory. This folder is converted into working directory. Okay. Developer is working on one functionality, first functionality. So instead of writing .java from you quickly to complete the concept quickly, so what I'm doing, I'm creating some file using touch command. He's creating some files. Assuming these files are nothing but files which is having some source code. F1, F2, F3. How many files is creating? 3 files. You can also replicate from the Windows environment 3 files. Assuming these are nothing but the files which are having some source code. And pushback all these files F1, F2, F3 related to first functionality. Assume that they are related to first functionality. By default, these files are called as what files? Untracked files. We know this. So what he needs to do, he'll add it into staging area. And he's moving into local repository by writing a commit called as what commit? A commit. Okay. So he's creating some files. What files is creating? F1, F2, F3. He's creating 3 files. After creating 3 files, what he's doing, he's creating a commit called as what commit? He's creating a commit called as. And then now developer is working on multiple second functionality. When developer works on second functionality, it's not good practice to create it in the same location. By default, whenever you convert a particular folder into working directory, a branch gets created that is called as, you can see here, master branch. The default branch of Git is called as what? Master. This is master branch. Generally, as per concept, all the files related to specific functionality should be in one branch. Now developer wants to create some files related to second functionality. So it's always good practice. It's not a rule, but suggested as part of source code, proper source code management, is to create a new branch. It's always good practice to create a new branch. I want to create a branch called as test branch. So what the developer needs to do, whenever he is working on a second functionality, he should create a new branch. He should create a new branch. Now, in our case, Dheeraj, he should he should create a new branch called as, in our case, assuming that I want to create a branch called as test. Now, how to create a new branch? We have a slide here. Please have a look at it. How to create a new branch? Git branch name. What is the name of the branch we are planning to create? A test. What is the branch which you are planning to create? Test. So, what is the command I should execute? Try to understand. Git branch test. Second branch got created. Second branch got created. Next, as developer wants with second functionality, he needs to move to second branch. Second branch got created, but still the control is still in the master branch. Now he needs to check out to the test branch. He should create the files in the next new branch, not the master branch. You have created a branch, but you need to move the control from the master branch to test branch. Developer needs to move the control from the master branch to test branch. How can you move the control from one branch to other branch? By using a command called as git checkout. What this command helps you to move the control to a new branch. I want to move my control. Dheeraj, I want to move my control right from where I'm pointing to. You can see right now I'm pointing to master branch. Now I want to check out to my test branch. I want to move to test branch. So the command what you need to use is git checkout followed with the branch name. Each branch you want to move to. I want to move to test branch. Right now you see control is in the test branch now. Control is in the test branch, and you can see right now you're pointing to which branch? Test branch, right? Like this, you need to check out from one branch to other branch. As developer wants to, let me complete a look. As developer wants to create some files on the second functionality. As developer wants to create some files on the second functionality, what the developer responsibility is to create a second branch. He has done creating a second branch. Not only just creating the branch, developer should move to second branch. What is a command to move to second branch? Git checkout is a command which is used to move to second branch. In the second branch, he needs to create some files. Let's say in the second branch, he's creating the files related to second functionality. Let's say he wants to create 4. These are the files which are related to what? Second branch, second functionality. So let me create this. Touch F4. 2 files got created. These 2 files are the files which are having the source code related to which functionality? The second functionality. Git status. By default, these two files are what files? Every file, a new file, is nothing but an untracked file. Now what he needs to do? Again, he needs to move it into staging area, git add dot. Then what he needs to do? Git commit -m. This time I write what commit? First time it was an A commit. This time I'm preparing what commit? B commit. Like this, when developer works on multiple functionalities, the second functionality, he needs to create a second branch and place the files in the second branch, and then move it into the local repository. Next important observation. We have seen in the last session git log to see list of all the commits. We have seen a command called as git log. We have seen a command called as the last session. I hope you have practiced. We have a command called as git log. What the git log command will do? Git log will show list of all the commits. Now, right now I am pointing to test branch. I write a command called as git log, which will show a list of all the commits. Important point you need to observe. Right now we are pointing to test branch. In test branch, how many commits we have done it? In test branch, how many commits we have performed? Only B commit. But when you see git log, you will see list of all the commits. You will get both A commit as well as B commit. Please observe here. Are you getting A commit as well as B commit? Yes. You may have a question, Sunil. A commit is not belonging to test branch. Actually, A commit belongs to master branch. Why are we seeing the commits of master in the child branch? Very important concept. Whenever you create a new branch, the commit history will be copied into the new branch. Whenever you create a new branch, the commit history will be copied into the new branch. What is the commit history? We have an A commit. So A commit gets copied into the new branch. So that's the reason you're getting A commit as well as B commit. Clear? Whenever you create a child branch, the commit history of the master branch will be copied into the child branch. That's the reason you're getting both A commit as well as B commit. Listen here, 1 minute, let me complete. I have not yet completed. So, developer wants again to work for the first functionality. So, second functionality, as per the new task, he has created the source code file. Now, developer again wants to work with what functionality? First functionality. First functionality is nothing but which branch? First functionality is nothing but which branch? Master branch. So again, when he needs to work with the first functionality, what he needs to do? He needs to check out. Right now, where are we pointing to? We are pointing to test branch. We need to check out to which branch? Master branch. Because he needs to work with first functionality. Because he needs to develop the source code on first functionality. He needs to check out. Like this, he should move the branches as per the requirements and develop the source code related to that particular functionality, that particular related branch. Now the developer wants to work with first functionality. So he needs to check out the master branch. We already have learned how to check out git. Check out which branch you need to go to master branch. Right now you're pointing to master branch. Now he can develop the source code related to first functionality. Let's say he's creating a file called as F6. Let's say he's creating a file called as F6. File got created. Git status. By default, every file is what file? Untracked file. Git add dot. Move it into staging area. And then git commit -m. What is the next commit he wants to? He wants to perform a commit called as C commit. So learning Git is all from the developer perspective. Try to understand. Learning Git is all from the developer perspective. You should learn, not as a DevOps engineer perspective. You should always learn the Git concepts from the developer perspective, because you'll be communicating to a developer. You need to think their understanding, their requirements, and then we provide the instructions to the development tree. Now he created a file and he moved it to staging area, and he's creating a commit called as what commit? Done. In the master branch, when you write git log, in the master branch, when you write git log, what git log will show? Git log will show list of all the commits, right? Git log will show list of all the commits. I can also write git log one line, hyphen one line, to see list of commits in a more easier way. Git log will show the list of all the commits. Where I'm writing git log in the master branch, I'm writing git log. To be more simplified, I want one line. Git log will show list of all the commits. How many commits we have done it in the master branch? It will show you list of all the commits which are there in the master branch. How many commits we have done it in the master branch? A commit as well as C commit. You get only 2 commits only. Please observe here. You're getting A commit and C commit. You may have a question, Sunil, what happened to B commit? B is a commit which is not belonging to master branch. B is a commit which is belonging to the child branch, the new branch, test branch. That's the reason the commits which are belonging to the child branch will not be available in the master branch. Like this, he should switch the branches because he's switching the functionalities, because he's creating a source code for multiple functionalities. Creating the source code for the multiple functionalities. Clear about this. So look at this. So for understanding purpose, assuming developer is working on home page, one functionality, services page, one functionality, contact us page, one functionality, or generally, definitely developers will not work with one functionality. Day to day, they work with multiple functionalities. As per Git, every functionality should be mapped to a particular branch. The default branch of Git is master. You don't create a branch, by default one branch is created. It's called as a master branch. How to see list of all the branches? How to see list of all the branches? We have a command called git branch. Look at this. Git branch is a command in case if you want to see list of all the branches. How many branches we are having? Hello? How many branches we are having? As of now, 2 branches we are having. One is the master branch, which is the default branch which got created. The second one is what branch? Test branch. You can see test 2 branches are.
Yes.
Star pointer is nothing but pointing to the current branch. Where are you currently pointing to? Master branch. In case whenever you want to verify a list of all the branches, you can verify by using a command called as git branch. Later, let's say for example, you want to merge the branch. Let's say when you are handling, when you're handovering the website project to the client, obviously it's a group of files, right? So we will merge the branch to the master branch. Let's say if you want, you can merge the branch to the master branch. If you want, you can merge the branch to the master branch. Which branch? Child branch to the master branch if required. Because if you want to hand over, sometimes we will merge the complete source code and then we hand over it to the client. So in case if you want to merge the branch, you can merge it by using the command called as git merge. Look at the slide. To merge the branch with the master branch, we have a command called git merge branch name. For example, in our case, I want to merge test branch to the master branch. I want to merge my test branch to the master branch. Whenever you want to merge my child branch to the master branch, your control should be in the master branch. You should point out, being in the test branch, you cannot merge to master. If you want to merge, you should come to the master branch and merge. When the control is in the test branch, you cannot merge. So control should be back to master. As if now you can see the control is in my master branch. I want to merge my child branch. We have a command called git merge. What is the child branch test? You got this message. Just click on Q. Quit. Merging is done. Whenever you merge, what happens? The commits which are belonging in the child branch, the commits which are belonging in the child branch are added to the master branch. That means previously in the master branch, when you say git log, you're getting a commit as well as c commit. But when you perform git log after merging, you'll get a commit. P commit as well as C commit. So let's see now after merging is done. git log one line. Are you getting A commit, B commit, and C commit? Yes. Previously, we were getting only A commit as well as. Previously, when you have seen git log, do you remember? Previously, in the master branch, when you write git log, you're getting A commit and C commit. You're not getting B commit because B belongs to child branch. After merging, you get the B commit also. Like this, if required, developer can again merge the files and get back all at once and then deliver it to the client. Why should we go for merging concept? Because here you're dealing with only 3 files and 4 files. Remember, one functionality is having 100 files. Yes, there are cases. To achieve one functionality, you may have 100 files. To achieve second functionality, you may have 100 more files. So modularity purpose, to improve the modularity from the source code point of view, not from the operating system point of view. From the operating system point of view, what is our understanding when, okay, we create one folder for the first functionality, second folder? That's from the operating system point of view. You create folder in D drive, you create folder in one more location, and then later, if you want, you can copy the files. That's manual process. From the Git point of view, what is the solution? What Git provides? The solution what the Git provides is the concept of branching. Branching is very, very important. Branching is very, very important. Now you know the concept of how to create a new branch and why should we create. We, in the sense, developer needs to create a new branch. Why should be developer needs to create a new branch and how to place the files to the new branch, how to move the control from one branch to other branch, and if required, how to merge it, how to see list of all the branches. Yes, we all know it, and we provide the same instructions to developers to do it. Clear about this. This is all related to software development cycle, especially in the agile model. Sometimes client wants to release the functionality of the master branch, not the child branch. Child branch functionality will release it later. Did you understand? Let's say child branch is not having still having some issues, still needs to have some glitches. It needs to be fixed out. By the time why to stop, the client will deliver the master branch to the client, and then later we will deliver the functionality of the second branch later. So in that case, we'll deliver it without merging. Did you understand? So that's how you need to think from the end user software delivery point as a DevOps team.
I didn't understood, sir, what you said just now.
Let me complete. So we should always think from the delivery point of view to the client as a DevOps engineer. Development team does not think from that perspective. Developer thinks always from their task point of view, their requirement point of view. That's it. As a DevOps engineer, we should have a more proactive thinking. So in that case, that's the reason modularity. Wherever available, you go for modularity. Create a new branch, place the files, and we request the team to place the files in the new branch. And later, if you want, we can merge it. Now, what happened when you merge it? The commits which are belonging to child branch are again back to the master branch. Clear about this. Now we can see git log -1 line. You get list of ones. One more point of observation. Last session in this, we had discussed about the concept of head commit. Look, what is a head commit?
Head commit means pointing to that particular.
What is a head commit? Latest commit is called as a head commit. That's it. Last session we have discussed this. Latest commit is called as head commit. In our case, what is head commit? In our case, what is head commit, Krishna? With this
we have committed the C
commit. So as of our understanding, so C is the latest commit. First we have created A commit, we have created new branch, B commit, and then we have created, again we got back to master branch, we have created C commit, and then we have merged it. Okay, B commit came between A and C, we have seen it. Between A and C, we have a B commit. So what we think is latest commit is C commit, so he is called as head commit. We will be at that point of view, but important point from the interview point of view also. Whenever you merge a child branch to the master branch, Whenever a child branch is merged to master branch, as part of this merging process, a new commit gets created. Now totally you are having 4 commits: A commit, B commit, C commit, and one more commit got created. Please observe here: A commit, B commit, C commit, and head is not pointing to C commit. It is pointing to one more commit. So that is now the head commit. This head commit created as part of merging the test branch into the. Say they have given a comment also. Did you understand? As part of merging the child branch to the master, new commit gets whenever you merge the child branch to the master branch, a new commit got created. Remember it. Conceptual point of view, what is the importance of new commit? Conceptual point of view, the new commit got created. Why the new commit got created? I'll explain when we're dealing about the concept of rollback. When I explain the dealing concept of rollback. So as of now, think from the branching point of view. Try to understand the concepts of branching. The default branch of Git is what? Master. When developer works on multiple functionalities, he needs to create branch and place the files of that particular functionality to that particular branch. And later, if the developer wants, he can merge it. As part of merge, you know how to create a branch, how you know how to move the control from one branch to other branch, and if required, you know how to merge the child branch to the master branch, and you know what are the consequences when happens when you merge the child branch to the master branch. As part of merging, a new commit will be created, and that commit will be the latest commit. Clear. And again, last point, these are all whose responsibility? These are all creating branches is not our responsibility. We provide the development team. We instruct the development team to do this branching concept and maintain modularity from the Git perspective. Yes. Any questions?
Master branch is the main branch.
You're right.
And test is a child of master branch.
Yes.
But when we created test, it was with master only, but after checkout, it got separated.
No. When we create the test branch, the branch got created, but the control is in the master branch. Say it as control. Control still points to the master branch.
Okay, when control was with master branch, if we do any commit, then it will belong to that master branch only.
Yeah, right. It's all about where exactly a control is pointing to.
Yes, but we want commits in child branch. That is why we are doing checkout.
You're right.
Then after checkout, whatever commit we are doing, that will happen in test branch.
You're right.
Later we can merge that commits with master branch.
Perfect.
Now master branches are having all the commits, and we can deploy to the client.
Master branch is having all commits, and as well as a new commit, extra commit gets created after merging.
Okay. Thank you.
Sunil, a couple of questions here.
Priya.
Only the committed, if we are in the master branch, whatever commits that we have made, only those we can see
in the master branch.
In the master branch, right?
Right.
I mean, if there are any untracked files or anything in the feature branch or the child branches, we will not be able to see those.
It. That's the concept of modularity, isn't it?
Okay. And the second is like what happens at the file level. Like if I have to work on any untracked files, how do I do? How does it affect in the folder itself? Like I might not be using Git Bash to write the code or look at the files or create the files. So what happens? Does the view change whichever branch or whichever on the master branch or feature branch?
Yes. Look at this. Actually, Windows response whenever you are checking out to the child branch, it automatically you will experience some changes at the operating system level. Okay, so for that, to have that clarity, look at this scenario. So what I want to do, by default, obviously, a master branch gets created. For simplicity concept, in creating one file, and I create an A commit. Next. And then time client has changed some requirements specific to same functionality. He has added few more source code files, and then he has again performed it. Commit. Okay. Client has requested to work with second functionality, created a new branch, test branch. Not just creating the branch, he has moved to a test branch, and he's created some files. F3. And then he's creating a C commit. F4. D commit. One minute, please. Once he's done with second functionality, he again got the task related to first functionality. So he obviously checked back to master branch, and he creates a file called as F6. And then he creates a commit called as F commit. Deba, let me complete this scenario, then you'll have more understanding point of view. Okay, so start from the scratch. Bank folder. Okay. Now I'll be writing some series of commands. Look at the behavior of Windows operating system with how it manages the source code. Touch F1. That's a file which has having the source code. Git add dot git commit -m. What is a K commit? Touch F2. B commit. Now, I want to create a new branch. Branch got created. You will not find any difference, so you cannot see the branch in the Windows point of view, OS point of view. It's all from the Git point of view. Check out. I create some files. Let's say not F2 to more for more understanding purpose. Not F3, T3. Let's say the naming convention of the files belonging to test.t. So T3, T4. Now, right now I'm in new branch. Touch T3. Deba, understand that T3 will be available at the OS level. Yes, even though it's in the new branch. From the OS point of view, you cannot differentiate which file is in which branch. Actually, F1, F2 is in master, T3 is in child, but from the OS point of view, you cannot differentiate.
OS point of view, we cannot differentiate because these branches are conceptual things
Related to Git.
not
Let me complete. Okay,
related to Git.
T3 we have already created, so it becomes an untracked file. Git add dot git commit -m. This is what commit, C commit. Guide me if I'm wrong somewhere, yeah, because this is what we need to follow. Touch T4. Recommit. Touch.
And can we also create one file and just leave that? Like,
No,
let us
I'm
not
coming-
add it to different.
No, you want to create the file in the master branch, right? Isn't it?
No. I want to create a file in the child branch only and leave that.
Without committing.
I mean, not add it to the staging or
Without
not
committing.
yeah,
That's what
exactly.
you want to say. Okay, so right now this T4 is committed, so I'm creating T5. Even though you don't commit or not, you will find it at OS level. You will not find any difference whether the file is an untracked file, staging file from the OS point of view. Then, okay.
Okay.
Now, again, I proceed. Git add dot. This time it is a commit. I want to go back to master. Look at this. T3, T4, T5, Deba are related to child branch. Agree?
Correct. Yes.
From the terminal point of view, git checkout, going to master branch. See, Deba, what's happening here?
Okay. The view changed.
View changed. Modularity happened. Now, if you see ls, you should list up all the files of that particular functionality. Source code of one functionality.
Okay.
Okay. So if there are multiple branches, assume Deba branch 1, branch 2, branch 3, branch 4. Each branch 100 files, Deba. Assuming a big project happens like this. Am I right? Huh?
Yeah. Correct. Got it.
So you'll be confused by looking at 400 files.
Exactly.
Check out to that particular functionality which you are currently working at from the terminal and work with the files from the OS point of view if you are dealing with the source code changes. Got it, Deba?
Okay.
How exactly
Got it.
the operating system behaving with respect to Git? Got it? This is, I hope, this example which I have shown you and got more insights to how exactly modularity helps. Git helps in developers by bringing the modularity from one working directory point of view. Okay?
Got it. Yes. And can other child branches be created? I'm just complicating it a little, but can there be other child branches of a child branch?
You are right.
Is that possible?
Yes. There can be child branch to test, then test becomes parent.
Okay. And every time we commit, it goes just one level up.
Exactly. You can merge the child to the parent. I'm not saying as master, I'm saying it as parent. Test becomes parent. Master again go back to the default one. So say it as parent. Deba. I hope I am.
Yeah.
So you can merge the child to parent. Concepts remain the same. Here in our case, parent is master. Okay? Clear? So like this, when you shift the branch, when you check out the branches, you will find the modularity. That's how you can easily manage. Git.
Okay.
In my previous session, Git, as I said, version controlling tool. But looking at this expression, sir, we are not Sunil, we are not at all doing any version controlling in these scenarios. We are not doing version controlling. We are performing source code management. That's why it is called SCM tool also. You are handling the source code. You may never know how typical the client requirements is and how source code complexities increases. So it helps in source code management. That's why it is referred as SCM tool. Branching is also part of source code management.
Now, all of these changes we're doing in different files. What if there is a single file where we are making those changes?
Repeat your question.
No, if there is a single file, say F2 is there, and now I can see F2 in the test branch also, right? Now I go and make a change in the F2 file itself.
Okay. Generally, Deba, I close the terminal.
Okay.
When I close the terminal, how many files will see at OS level?
2.
After closing the terminal.
Right.
You
there
mean
2 files.
So what about the source code T3, T4, T5? Is it lost?
No, I mean they're being managed by Git.
Yes. So at the OS level they are saved, but when you're viewing, it's not viewed. Okay. Did you understand Git, Deba? Now I'm terminal.
Yeah.
So when right now I'm closing the terminal, Deba, from the OS point of view, as of now you are only finding 2 files, F1 and F2. After closing my terminal, do you find the source code belongs to child branch? Is it be available?
No.
If no, then where they are available?
They're available in the child branch.
Where can we see that files now? Deva?
We'll have to go into the child branch but from here without Git, how do we go?
Close the terminal.
Okay. No, we are not able to see the child branch here.
So that's how. So remove this. Okay. So again, the source code is that. So it's always good. I hope Deba, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I got it. But I think you missed my question. I mean,
yeah. Could you please explain your question? Right.
The question is
from the new scenario.
Yeah, see, if I make a change in the file itself, instead of creating the file, I have got that F2 file. Say we create a file F1 there.
Oh, let's say you have created a file F1. Now, next.
Exactly. Now, next I have committed it, and now I create a child branch.
Right. Let me diagraphically represent it. You have created a child branch. Okay.
Yes. Next. Now I can see F1 in the child branch also, right?
You are right, because the commit history is copied.
Yes. Exactly. Now say F1 is a text file. I have got line 1, line 2 written there.
Yes.
Now in the child branch, I go and make a change in the F1 file as line 3. I'm not creating a new file. I'm not creating a child branch C1 or T1. I'm making the change in the file itself.
Yes.
In the file 3. Can I do that? Obviously, I can do that because I'm able to see that file.
You can do that.
Now what happens when I go to my master branch? It's just like the files already. Whatever changes in this file that I have made, I will not be able to see until I commit that from the master branch, right? If I don't commit in the child branch, say line 3, I have written line 3,
yes.
And then I don't commit in the child branch. If I go back to master branch, I will not be able to see. Yeah, I will not be able to see this one line 3 there. I will only see line 1 and line 2, right?
Because it is not committed. Okay.
Got it.
So
okay.
Developer, whenever developer brings that, like committing is all to be simple. Generally, when you update a file, we save it, right, Deba? Normally.
Correct. Got it. Yes.
My point of view, graphical user interface, it could be Java environment. Okay, it's something like saving. Okay, so generally we always immediately when its source code is updated, he commits. Okay, so that's how he needs to do it. Okay.
Got it. Thanks.
Thank you. Yes, Alok. Any questions?
Just now we understood in test branch we can see files of master branch.
Yes, you're right. In test branch you can see the files of master branch because see, I'm not explaining all at once because it is a bit confusing. What I told you when I'm explaining about the branching concept, what I have told you that whenever a new branch got copied, whenever a new branch got created, I said the commit history will be copied into the new branch. What do you mean by commit history? I said commits will be copied into the new branch, because when I say git log, I can see the commits of master branch as well as I can also see the commits of test branch. Am I right, Alok? That's what I said. When I say commits are copied, in fact, you're handling the files using the commits. You're handling the file using commit, and frankly speaking, the source code also gets copied into the child branch.
Okay, source code is also copied into child branch.
So because
of F1.
Because think from a developer perspective, Deba, I'm again referring to that point. When I say, as you said, when I said commit history is copied, in fact, you're handling the files using commit, because there can be a continuation development which has a dependency on the previous files. Did you understand, Deba? That's how the architecture is designed. Git, okay? Because the commit history is copied, so developer can proceed to his development work. Okay, and later if you want, he can merge it. So when I say commits are copied, it actually files will be copied. That's the reason. From the Windows point of view, when I'm moving to the test branch, you can see the files which are there in the master branch also. That means they are also mapped to the test branch.
One thing I need to confirm.
Yes, Alok.
When I'm in test branch, checkout, when I have done checkout, test. Now controller is at test.
Yes.
So here I can see source code of F1 file.
Yes, you can see.
And as well as I can modify it. I can make changes in source code of F1. Even controller is in child branch.
Yes, you are right. Because the F1 belongs to child also.
Okay, my second question is, finally, we are going to merge test branches with master branch before deploying to client.
Yes. No, it's
so
optional.
What is the
Hello, it's optional. Merging is optional. If you want, you can merge it. Later.
If I will not merge, then that particular functionality which is available in test, that will
not be delivered.
Yes, correct. That will not be delivered to the client. So I will have to merge to provide full functionality.
I am coming to the point. These are all from the beginner point of view. So you may never know how the client requirement is. Source code management should able to handle all the different types of scenarios. If the client wants to merge, your source code tool should able to merge it. If the client don't want to merge, you proceed with the master branch. It's
okay, based on the client.
Assume client has withdrawn that second functionality. Look, as of now, it's on hold.
Yes.
We don't want to deliver it. Okay. So do we merge it?
Okay.
No, we don't want to merge it. Why? Because that's having a different source code. We proceed with master. This source code we upload into, because I have still not yet, you have not got complete clarity, because we still stopped at local repository. From the local repository, what we have something called remote repository. The complete source code, we push it into the remote repository. So when you merge it, the complete code will be merged into remote repository. When you don't merge it, only the one branch code will be uploaded into the remote repository. From there, we build and release. Look. So if the client wants, we will merge. If the client don't want, then why should we merge? We will not merge it, isn't it? That's all. The decision making should be done by the client. You're good.
Okay, let's
support all the scenarios. Am I right, Alok?
Yes. Let's take one example. Client requirement is of 3 functionality. One is login, one is register, and one is contact us.
Yes.
And we have done login and contact us in master branch.
We will not do it actually. Conceptually, we will not do
developer.
It. No.
Developer.
We will ask the developers to create multiple branches for multiple functionalities.
Now I'm trying to understand in developer's perspective. Suppose we have created 2 functionality. Those are login and register in master branch. And contact us is in test child branch, that is test.
Okay.
But later client change his requirement. I don't want contact us functionality. I want only login and register.
Okay.
Now we will not merge test with master.
Obviously.
And we will deploy the master.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you.
You're just repeating what we have learned. Okay.
Just wanted to confirm once.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Sunil, one final question on this. So if I have got multiple branches of branches and multiple files in that, And if by mistake that Git folder is deleted, so I'll lose everything, right? I mean,
Okay.
from the Windows view, I'll only be able to get the master, whatever was committed, that I will be able to get, like, whatever was committed to the master branch, I'll be able to only see those, right? And everything else that was there will get lost.
So
That is
generally,
correct, right?
generally, for our understanding point of view, I have shown hidden files. Okay, but generally that will not be hidden. Hidden files will not.
Correct.
Be.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's no concept of removing the .git folder. Never will do it, isn't it? Generally.
Correct. But if that happens by mistake, I mean, I'm just saying, like, just to have an
That will not
understanding
be
of
a
that,
problem.
then everything
that will not be a problem, because here what we are doing, we are creating the source code from the terminal. Deba. That means this is actually, if F1 is nothing but you can consider is nothing but a Java file, isn't it? Deba.
Got it.
For our conceptual understanding, how did I create F1? By using a touch command from the terminal.
Correct.
But developer does not do it, isn't it? What developer will do it? He will use that Eclipse or IDE. So and then he creates the file. Once the file creation is done, then he moves to the terminal point of view. So anyways, the file source code is saved in the OS level. So you'll not have that risk.
Okay.
Did you understand?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I did understand, but again, if that happens by any chance, if that happens, then everything is gone. That is.
Yeah. But that does not.
Yeah.
Okay. So point of view. So more and more, the concept, the clarity increases day by day, session by session, especially from Git point of view. Okay. Today we have discussed about branching and merging. Okay. So tomorrow we have different source code management concept. Like we have unnecessary too many commits happened. Now the developers feel that every progress we make a commit. So we don't want too many number of commits. How can we remove unnecessary commits? Okay, so how can we change the order of the commits? Okay, so from a conceptual understanding, we'll be discussing in our coming classes, because day by day, your exposure towards the source code management definitely increases. Okay, so that's it for today's session, which we have planned. Okay, see you tomorrow, where we learn many more concepts related to Git. Okay, thank you, Pushpak, Dinesh, Dheeraj, Deba, Alok, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.